What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and did you hear the bell? That means it's another day in the Market Watch. Well, I know everyone thinks this is cringe, but I have fun with it. So, guess what, guys? We're gonna keep up the bell. So, this is just what I do. But, I mean, we have a lot to talk about in the market, and especially a few things are starting to appear on market, so it's worth just talking about. Shall we dive into the video and talk about it? So first off, Double Typhoon Advanced Starter decks are starting to appear on market, and there are crazy people that just want to buy it for almost close to 50 bucks. Do not buy it at this price. It's not worth it. It is not at all. I mean, people are trying to push this probably. I don't think actually anybody's really buying these things at 50. I would not touch these at 50. I would wait until they come out. We have a long time before these things release. This is 0308. This thing drops. You're not going to get this anytime sooner, and paying $50 is not worth it. So just skip on it, because look at Beelzemon Advanced Starter Deck. It's touching 30s. You guys don't need to pay 50s. Like, come on. You know, they're going to be cheap, and they even are cheaper once they get lower. You know, they were like 21s for a good while. You know, it's not worth investing into those longevity decks and costing you nearly where you can get two for that price. Now you're paying way too much. So that's just me letting you know, don't invest in money into this. Europe side looking like €24.95, and taking even a look for its record, it wasn't selling in the 50s. So investing into it now at 50s is just not worth it. But there's a plenty in the low end stock anyway, so I expect it to reach 30s pretty quickly once we get to release. Leviamon. So this alternate art from Animal Coliseum or Animal Crossing. Yeah, imagine this thing in Animal Crossing. But EX05, $50. You know what? Don't invest into this. I mean, they were selling at 40s. I think that would have been okay-ish, but 50s is not worth it. I mean, again, there's all these pre-sale stuff, and it's always expensive, but just wait for the day of. And usually within 24 hours, that's kind of your window, especially on certain alternate arts. This card shouldn't really be picked up right away. I think the deck's just not going to be cutting it once we get to BT 15. I think the deck is just not strong fast enough anymore. A lot of purple is shot down, and I think a lot of people that were planning on playing purple that aren't true purple diehards are now off of it because they only have so much time with it. Nothing on Europe. You guys have no pre-sales on it. Patamon Blast Ace BT14. This card I wanted to talk about because somebody asked me a question on, should you invest into this now or wait? This one comes down to it being that it is one of those cards that will go up. This isn't a card that won't go up. This card is probably one of the best super rares for the seeable future. Yellow Vaccine will be playing this card forever. There's no way, shape, or form around it. Patamon's just really good. Patamon's going to be good in BT15 with the Angemon support, and then once we get to BT16, oh my goodness, you have the armor deck that just wants to play this. It's all yellow based, so it's going to splash the Pata and be able to take on, you know, Rapidmons, Magnamons, you know, Golden Beelzemons right out of your security. This Patamon just goes from, you know, the $7 range, the $7 to $9 range, going up. To be honest with you, this thing touching $9 is phenomenal. Saying right now, I think it's good to pick up now to get your Patamons. This isn't going to go down. Patamon being that $9 card is huge. Europe side looking like €5 to €8, kind of same thing. It's going up. It's so good in the future that there's no reason not to have this card. It might dip down a little bit, but it's going to be an expensive card, and I think it's going to be probably one of the most expensive low rarity super rares in Blast Ace. So just keep that in mind. We have Angemon from Blast Ace BT14. Dip it down. We're kind of from 18s down. It's okay. 1776, 18s, 19s. Yeah, that's just kind of how it's going. This is possibly one of those hit or miss cards. I'm going to be honest with you. You do have Yellow Vaccine with, you know, the Gabumon that will play this. I don't know if this is going to continue to be one of those 4-ups in the future. I think it's going to come down, but it really is going to depend. Europe side looking like 18s to 19s pretty quickly. There are some things that somebody mentioned also is the shipping cost in the Europe side is like an arm and a leg. So it gets really difficult for a lot of people that want to sell on this. So card market, you do pay an arm and a leg. So that's why some of these cards are a little bit cheaper than us, I found out. So kind of good to know that, you know, international shipping between lines is really tough. It's not like in the United States where we have the luxury of 50 states that we can ship to and we can slap, you know, 2 stamps for like 75 cents and $1 for an envelope. Boom, ship it out. So that's something to keep an eye out on. Gabumon Ace promo. This card, I feel like, is going to come down once we get the Gabumon set comes in. I think once we have access to that, we're going to definitely see this card come down. And it's just because there's going to be a flooding in the market. You know, people bought out plenty of it. So just wait it out. I'm going to pick up 2 of those once that comes out because I think having these 2 combination is really solid. But $15 right now. Just wait it out. Europe side looking like 12s to 13s. So you guys are kind of in the same bucket range as us, in the close to the 15 range. There's only a few listings. That's why I suggest whenever you're trying to buy, you buy from multiple seller with multiples in the Europe market because, like I said, it's kind of expensive. Magnamon X antibody X record finally cooling off, boys and girls. Actually, kind of good to see it starting to come down. It's already showing that in BT16 it is not as a mandatory of in decks that would be playing the Magnamon theme. I had a video yesterday that showed some lists and they weren't even playing Magnamon X antibody even past 2. Some lists were playing it at 0, so it's not guaranteed to be a staple in the deck. So I expect this to come down. So if you guys are waiting and you want to play this card in your deck, just wait it out. There's no reason for it to rush right now. It's showing that it's not as prevalent in any lists needed for it. Europe side shot up though. You guys hit €9 a pop. Crazy. You guys have one listing at €5, but then it just climbs up to like 10s. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Mirai from Dimensional Phase BT11. This is just, you know, what, Magnamon Ace hype, and we're getting closer to reveals, so people are going to start buying these in, especially since we know Mirai should be a maybe 1 to 2 of in the list. I do not expect this to be a 4 of unless there's more ways of playing Mirai for free. This card is just not beneficial in my opinion, but we'll have to see. Europe side looking like €12 to 14s pretty quickly. You got one at 10, but if you need multiple copies, like 2 copies is probably max what you want to play. So picking this up from this shop right here in Belgium might be worth it as long as it's not killing you in shipping. So just keep an eye out on Mirai. I think it's just the 2 of in the max in the list. I think we'll just have to see what happens with the next EX set. Magnamon Alternate Art New Awakening, seeing some movement now though. This card is actually seeing a full play set of in that list. So it's definitely keeping an eye out on the armor list, the blue armors. They're definitely playing this at a full play set in every list. So 35s goes to 40s pretty quickly. And people are buying in the respectiveness. You know, first, you know, for January 1st, we got 34s pretty quickly. Only a couple sales here, but, you know, that's just how that goes. Let's see. Regular art is only at €6. Let's see what Card Market has for its alternate art. 30s, 37s. We got one close to us in the €34 range, which is not bad at 2 listings, but an expensive card. I expect this to be expensive. Zudomon Ace. Second probably best Ace of BT14. To be honest with you, it's probably Magnamon, Magnamon Ace, Zudomon Ace, then you have Leviamon Ace, and then Metal Greymon Ace. I think that's kind of the order that goes in. And Zudomon Ace is just one of those powerful aces that are really, really strong. Just be able to strip 2 sources from your opponents. That means sometimes the protection is removed. And if they have no Digi-Evolutions, one of them gets bounced. It's not a terrible removal. You know, removing something off the field and adding it back to hand is sometimes really beneficial. But definitely seeing some play in the alternate art, so just keep an eye on it. There's only 5 listings too, so that's another scary thing. Europe side looking like 15s to 17s pretty quickly, but you guys have plenty of stock. We're kind of drowning on trying to get listings. Let's see. Patamon Blast Ace BT14. This card is showing some movement, actually. Nothing crazy, but it's now touching like $2 range, which isn't bad. Like, we're into $2.50 actually. So I wouldn't be surprised if this reaches $3. It's just, again, but this could be just because BT15, the Quantumon list and stuff like that. You do have Palmons. No, green is going to be probably one of the better colors going into BT15 compared to everything else. So just keep that in mind. On Europe side, you guys got €1, €2 to 3s. It's not terrible. Then we have Davis from Release Booster BTO 1, $7. Kind of dipping down though. It touched at 10 for some weird reason. I think this was just hype with the demo decks a little bit, and that was kind of it. But good to see it coming down. There's no reason to really invest into this. I mean, it's one of the best blue tamers that blue will ever have, and there's no other reason not to play him. Europe side, starting some movement up, actually. We're touching sales at €7. I mean, 5s to, 7s. I know there is the Raggy Boy version, so just keep that in mind. Then you have Gabumon Winter Holiday. Starting to come down, actually, really fast. And it's good to see this come down, so probably time to start picking these up when they're like $3 a pop. You guys wanted your winter stuff. Let's see, Europe side looking like €2 to €2.50. Yeah. Gallantmon Alternate from Dimensional Phase BT11. This card actually surprised me. I wasn't expecting this thing to shoot up. There are reasons for this thing going up is that we do know that we have the Leviamon in the webcomic coming. So we know there's going to be a Leviamon line, so that means Gallantmon should be getting support. And then we do have the promo that will be coming in the pack as a buy a box, and then if you enter regular events, you get a promo pack. So $14 is not bad. Climbing up though on the Europe side as well, same thing, side effects, 18s to 20s. Yeah. Baltmon's going up because of Pulsemon. Pulsemon should have one more final support line coming in BT17, and that's just kind of where the movement's happening. Kind of interesting to see, like, the foils are at 7s, near mint, same thing, like close to 8s. Yeah, that's not terrible. Just wait it out. I don't know if it's one of those cards that are kind of iffy. If you need it, if you're planning on playing Pulsemon stuff, this is going to be a card you want. If you're not planning, don't waste your money. Europe side looking like €6 to 8. Yeah. LadyDevimon Alternate Art from Dimensional Phase BT11 shooting up, guys. If you guys have this card, might be a good time to start flipping it. I mean, the problem comes down to if there's another Lady Devi in the set and another Angelwomon, and they're better than these ones are trying to do, these probably get taken out, to be honest with you. But who knows what you would actually take out. You might play them in conjunction. I think selling them now would make you some decent profits. So, and people are buying in the 30s pretty comfortably, so listing in the 30s should probably see some movement. Europe side, you guys got it cheap, but you guys are starting to move. Looking like 15, you're 15 as your base, and then you just shoot up to 20s real quickly, and your top out is at 60. GG's good luck if you touch 60. Ken promo 125 from the Tamer Patty. No, it's Party. the beginning version 2.0. So $10. Not surprised here. This is getting bought out. This is just because Imperial Dramon hype. We'll start seeing some of this probably, hopefully this month. Stores start getting this. If not, Bandai really needs to start rethinking their marketing plans. Europe side looking like €6, €7, €9. Beelzemon Alternate Digital Hazard going up, guys. It's tapping a little bit. Looks like Beelzemon might be the next purple deck to just do something. Sadly, Beelzemon is the best purple deck in BT16 because everybody else isn't touching Anubis yet, or, you know, any other purple deck, to be honest with you. So we'll have to see what happens. Maybe in a week, next week, we'll see some change in purple, which I want to definitely cover and see. But Beelzemon is just Beelzemon, and I'm not surprised this thing's going to be expensive. There's only a few listings in the 30s, and then it goes back to 40s. So I'm not surprised there. Europe side looking like 25. You guys climbed the 30s really quickly, so you guys will probably match us relatively quickly. Gabumon Bonds of Friendship Alternate Art Double Diamond. So $9 going down, which is good. It's cooling off from what it was a little more expensive. There was some listings at 5s and they got bought out pretty quickly. So Gabumon is just Gabumon. The deck got some support with the Uku line and the Lewis being able to bring up and then combo really nicely, and you can do more shenanigans. So just worth keeping an eye on. Europe side looking like €6 to €8. Then it's going up. People are buying them in the 10s. Then we have Matt Ishida from Event Pack 5, Double Diamond. Kind of going a little bit of tick up. Just wait it out. There should be more listings after Nats. February will be more the deciding factor. Europe side looking like €4, €5. We'll probably reach this range once Nats are over. But Matt Ishida's Matt Ishida. This card is going to see play in Gabumon, and if there's more movie-related stuff with the Bonds decks, this is going to go up. Ancient Garurumon Alternate Great Legends BTO4. Spiked up earlier in December to 8, and I'm guessing this is just because Hybrid got removed from the list, and Ukumon and Louis are kind of just a good combo with this deck. So, I mean, hey, it's up to you what you want to do, but it's not a terrible thing. Europe side looking like €7 to €9 for Ancient Garurumon version 2. So, not terrible. Leviamon Fall Down mode is actually starting to see some traction. It touched earlier as $3.50, but now has moved into the $3 range comfortably. And it touched down a little bit. It went to like $2.50, but people have been buying it slowly and tickering at it. So we'll have to see if Leviamon Fall Down mode actually continues at a going up rate. Europe side looking like €3, €4. Plenty of stocks in the 3s though. Caramon. Caramon's on buyout again. Any reason for this besides Diaboromon hype? I don't know, and I can't tell you, but $5 a piece, $6, crazy. Looking like 3s to 2s, but hey, that's up to you. I think this is not a bad card, and I'm excited to see what they do with Diaboromon's endgame. Europe side looking like €1 to €2. All in all, though, that is the Market Watch, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!